Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade with the 30-day look at Brothers War collector box sales of data taken off of TCG Player. So, cumulative spend up to 30 days post-release, $612,000 on 2,860 boxes sold. And so, not bad. It definitely didn't crater, but here it is compared to Dominaria United. And DU was always going to have the advantage of the Lost Legends hysteria pushing up sales, and especially when you look at these cumulative plots, it's really funny to see that this big spike here for DU is about the height of the difference in sales along the whole time for these boxes. So if you subtract out this initial round of the FOMO for the Lost Legends in Dominaria United, then you basically have similar performance between Brothers War and DU. And over here, the pricing cumulative spend data is a little different because of how these lines cross and the magnitude between them. But I think what's even more interesting is if we come and add Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And the reason I want to add this is Brothers War has the serialized retro frame artifact cards in it. But Kamigawa had the Hitasugu Neon Parallel Chase cards. And I think both of those are very similar in terms of the kind of mania that went on for them, the ability of WotC to actually put something that is novel and valuable into these collector boxes and get people to chase it, and what the effect of that is. And so let me go ahead and show it. There's that yellow line of Kamigawa, and look how on the cumulative spend and the cumulative box sale plots, they almost track. I mean, they're very close to each other. And again, if you kind of subtract off those the initial FOMO stage of the red line Dominaria United, you get that all three of these standard sets performed about the same. And it's really fascinating. It's like nothing WotC can do really changes the uptake. I mean, when you subtract off the Lost Legends, which was a bust, I mean, come on, it was never going to be worth more than about $5 per booster box. So it absolutely did not deserve the hysteria that it generated. But if you subtract that out, if the market had remained more rational about the Lost Legends and the actual value there, then basically all three of these sets would have tracked each other nearly exactly. It's really amazing to see. So I will just throw up Streets of New Capenna because we're talking standard sets. Yeah, the weird thing about Streets is that nobody ever says it's a bad set, it's underpowered, it's terrible, the art is poor, the flavor is bad, anything like that. It just simply was forgotten. It came out, people saw, hey, it doesn't have the great chase cards like Kamigawa did, it doesn't have the art and the flavor exactly, and it got forgotten because everybody was ready immediately to move on to Baldur's Gate while people were still really enthused for it. So, I'm not surprised that that one trails these other standard sets here, but it is what it is. And it's really neat to see Brothers War, Dominaria United, and Kamigawa all tracking somewhat together. And so it makes me wonder when Phyrexia comes out here in February, do we really kind of expect that basically the market only has so much stomach for collector boxes regardless of what you put into them? Because all three had their own special things in them to greater or lesser degrees. I guess Dominaria United is really the worst of the three, but it'll be interesting to see what WotC tries to put into Phyrexia to get us to buy those, and whether it works, whether it can break this mold, whether it can get it to jump up ahead of this if they can get the right mix into there. So the bad part is they would have had to make the decisions on what goes in there months ago, 4-6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago even, in order to meet the production cycle time restraints that they have. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully they can bring it hard and give a good product that kind of breaks out of this streak of standard collector boxes performing as they have over all of 2022. So let me know what you think, guys. Give me any questions, any ideas you have, other things you want to see. Otherwise, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Merry Christmas.